got some serious polar bears here. Today is Polar Bear Tuesday. Welcome to Lunch Therapy. I thought that we needed a chill day. There seems to be so much heat going on in the world. There's hot weather. I don't need to enumerate all the crap that's going on in the world today, but we're going to take a sanctuary here. Take a chill pill. Breathe in some Arctic air. We're going to explore some polar bears, of course. We're going to keep your stress response down. We're going to see how much we can activate the vagus nerve. We're going to finally talk about the vagus nerve today. I just want to say up front, I'm not a licensed therapist, nor do I claim to have anything but interest in these things. And sometimes interest is the most important thing. So let's get into this show. We're going to talk vagus nerve, transcendental meditation. I had a meeting with the David Lynch Foundation about transcendental meditation, so I got a little bit of the scoop on it. I'm going to pass that along to you. What's the difference between transcendental meditation and just plain old meditation? We're going to hear some handpan music. There's so much to do. Let's get into it. Hey, Guy Fly, how is your eye? I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 Hey everybody, this is a beautiful hummingbird. Of course, we're the cult of the hummingbird. And Guignel sent this one in. This is from his backyard. I don't know when, but we're starting to get hummingbirds here on our grounds. We have a beautiful hummingbird feeder that Guignel gave to us, and the hummingbirds are starting to fight over it. That's one thing that I've learned, is that hummingbirds are kind of aggressive. They kind of are territorial, I think. I don't know. Who would have thought? I thought they were all peace and love and understanding, but apparently they're like, that's my hummingbird feeder. Nobody else's. Okay, so today we're very lucky to have some handpan music while we breathe. And for many of you out there, you know that I am a big fan of the handpan. Some people have other names for it. I know that is the official name. I'm not a licensed therapist. Oh my God. I know, it's so shocking. It seems. Hello, Chuck. Hello, Loretta. Hello, Kamala. Here we have Nadayana. He is a handpan master. was muted. I've been talking the whole time. Thank you, Kamala. Yeah, this helps a lot. So today we're going to talk about the things... Oh, yeah, you couldn't hear me. I was just jabbering away there. It's good, though, because it's better to hear this music, as Guignel would say. Okay, so I just want to tell you, today we're going to explore some different ways to rejuvenate, delve into the depths of creativity, lower our cortisol levels, activate our vagus nerve. So let's get into this thing. I'm going to start with something really simple. It's this, and thank you, Nadayana, for your music, beautiful music. I'm going to take another breath while we look at this. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Okay, this is a map, and it's something called Ocean Search, or O-Search. That's a clever name, super clever name. It's the shark tracker. So if you're ever wondering where the sharks are, and often we do when we're swimming, there are sharks that are being tracked, and you can follow them, and you can see their paths. So I'm gonna click on one of them here, over there on the in the Atlantic Ocean, and you can see their path. You can be like your own oceanographic institute right here on the internet. And you can find out a little bit about the shark on the right-hand side there. This one's name is Max. Oh, this is actually, looks like it might be a swordfish. Let's see. So there's sharks, swordfish. I think there's even, yeah, this is swordfish. So yeah, you can track these. And, you know, it's kind of fun. Here's a shark called Tuck. I'm surprised at how far they swim. You'd think they'd kind of stay in one area, but they just keep moving. That is the O-Search shark tracker. And you can choose different things to track. You can also choose, let's see what other kind of things there are here. Zoom out. This thing is so cool. This is at osearch.org. OCEARCH.org. Looks like this is a Dr. Brent fur seal. There's Dr. Brent out there. Yeah, look, the seals all up and down the coast. Hi, Max. Hi, Max. Hi, Dr. Brent. All right, so that's a little tip for you. If you ever want to explore the oceans and see where the sharks are, at least the ones that are being tracked, go there. But now we have breaking news. What do you think happened to Frank Whaley as seen in Swimming with Sharks? It's a good question. Is that Steve Buscemi? Is that Frank Whaley? Was it Steve Buscemi in Swimming with Sharks? Tell me, Ben McKnights. Tell me your thoughts. Breaking news. Here's the breaking news. This is the chill episode where sometimes I just mouth the words and you don't hear them, but I think you can hear me now. There is a new ocean that has been named. This summer, a new ocean was named. I know everybody's excited about it. I didn't know about it. Did you? Did anyone else out there know that we have a new ocean now? And who named it? National Geographic. National Geographic took it upon themselves to name an additional ocean. Seems like a big responsibility. I didn't know National Geographic had that kind of power in the world. but they have just taken it upon themselves to name a new ocean. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like suddenly hearing that Colonel Sanders is actually in the military, or Judge Reinhardt is actually a judge, or Queen Latifah is ruling over some country somewhere. I think that actually might be a good idea. But National Geographic apparently has power in world geography. Is this ocean going to vanish too? This ocean might get bigger. Who knows? Because all the ice is melting. So as you can see, the ocean is on the bottom of the planet, if you want to call that the bottom of the planet, the southern part of the planet. And let's see what Ben McKnight said. Frank Whaley, the actor, I believe that's his name. Thanks, Kamala. Did someone... Frank Whaley is the actor. I don't know. How did this come about? We don't know how this... I don't know. Here at Lunch Therapy, we have no idea. Kevin Spacey was the shark. More media arrogance. Media arrogance. Is that from the naming of the ocean? Yeah. Who do they think they are? They can name oceans. I don't know. They might be very important. Jose is here. Happy Tuesday. This is the chill show. We're chilling out here. Hopefully everybody appreciates the time off from the stress. Are you high? Yes. High on life. High on TM, Transcendental Meditation. Oceans 13. I'm going to now name the oceans. Anybody want to give it a shot? All 5 oceans. There are 5 of them. Who knew? I thought there were 7 seas. But now there's 5 oceans. The things that I don't know could fill volumes of a library. Could fill an entire library. All right, chilling in Colorado. Jay, you're in Texas usually. Colorado. Wow. Jose, I hope you're taking a chill pill and resting up. Yes, sending out our good vibes to Jose. Pacific and Atlantic. Okay, now we're somebody who has probably crossed the Pacific and the Atlantic multiple times. Yes, we have Pacific and Atlantic. Time off from political incompetence. Yes, there's a lot of that in the world, that's for sure. Kansas City, Missouri. Did I say Montana? That's MN, I guess. Flaunting my ignorance once again. Kansas City, Missouri. All right, Indian. We're going to have an Indian that we're going to discuss later on in the show. From India. Yes, Indian Ocean, right. That's what you all are saying. And that's very appropriate. Very appropriate. All right, 2 more. 2 more oceans. One is the new one. Caribbean. That's a sea. We could, maybe the 7 seas, what we're talking about, where we're talking about oceans. Supposedly National Geographic was behind the decision to claim that Pluto isn't a planet. Really? The gall, the unmitigated gall, the bald-faced audacity. Yes, Indian Ocean. I'm a little slow. Vocal going in and out, Joel. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm modulating. Billy Ocean. Are there any other ocean jokes? Billy Ocean, yeah. Okay, Billy Ocean, that's one of them. Okay, I'm going to name a 4th one because we got to get going. Arctic Ocean. Arctic Ocean. And the new one, drum roll please. Ocean's 11. I like it. All right, any more ocean jokes? The new one is, yay! Here we go. This is going to be anticlimactic. The Southern Ocean. Yay! Okay, new ocean. Applause for the new ocean. National Geographic gave up Africa for Antarctica. Oh, they've moved on to Antarctica, yes. What is mitigated gall? You never hear anybody talk about that. My German teacher in high school used to say the unmitigated gall, the bald-faced audacity. None of us really know what she was saying, but you know how that happens. Danny Ocean. Is there a Danny Ocean? Southern Ocean? I know. They should have named it something more exciting, right? You got a chance to name an ocean. Come on, National Geographic. Get your creative juices flowing. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah, the Southern Ocean. Seems kind of weird. Maybe they should just name all of them like that. Eastern Ocean, Western Ocean. Really can't get any good ocean naming around here. I think they should have called it the Vegus Nerve Ocean. The Vegas Ocean. Christ, where is that ad agency? Boring. Everybody's like, Frank Sinatra was Danny Ocean. In Ocean's 11, maybe? Let's see. Loretta makes a good point. When does gall become mitigated? She does. She makes a very good point. I'm going to have to take that up with Frau Hall, my German teacher. Always unmitigated gall. Never simply mitigated is my point. She's so right. She's so right. All right, we're moving on because this has been just a complete dud. The Southern Ocean. Maybe we ought to make a petition to rename the ocean. What would we call it? I don't know. Queen Latifah Ocean. Maybe. Original Ocean's 11. Elliot Gould. What about the Coca-Cola Southern Ocean? Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't name it like the Verizon Ocean. When do we start? When do we start doing that? Life mitigates your gall. Privilege leaves it unmitigated, unfortunately. Wow, this is too deep for me. This is cool. I like it. I like it. Jay Patterson, I think there's a comedy routine about oceans. I have not found it yet, but you're helping. Jack Daniels Ocean. All right, so moving along here. There's a guy with his butt hanging out, jumping in the freezing cold water. And we were talking about oceans are deep, super deep. Just ask Billy Ocean, he knows. So here's a dude that looks like he's in Game of Thrones, out there ice swimming. We were talking about Wim Hof a couple weeks ago, talking about how people go swimming in the cold water, and why do they do that? Seems nuts. I remember, Naked Man. He is the Naked Man. Bring him back. He'll be back. He'll come back around. Look at the penguin, though. Look at the penguin dancing on the ice. That's fun. I don't think that's a real penguin, but it looks real. Chuck's shrinking. Hey. Don't shrink shame him. Shrink shame him. Brad Pitt? Yeah, it might be. No, it's the dude from the Targaryen guy, or whatever he is. I don't know. Game of Thrones? Anybody remember it? It's over now, so we forget about it. But he looks like the Game of Thrones dude. So, Aquaman. Looks like a colder version of Aquaman. So the reason some people say that they go swimming in the ice like this gentleman behind me is because it strengthens their immune system and stimulates their vagus nerve. And finally, we're going to get to vagus nerve. What is a vagus nerve? Well, I'll tell you. I found out for y'all. I'm doing you a favor here, finding out. And it turns out there are multiple cranial nerves. And I'm not gonna quiz you on that because it's a little harder than the oceans, I'll tell you. It's a little hard. There's the olfactory nerve. We can guess optic nerve. Yeah, so our brain has all these connections coming from our brain, these giant nerves. And it turns out these nerves are kind of big. I always thought nerves were just tiny little things, under the surface of your skin or whatever. But there are these big, thick nerves that come out of your brain. The body is just a remarkable machine, I'll tell you, and we don't even realize what it's doing if we're not in the medical field or something. And these giant nerves are coming out of our brain, going through our body. I know Ginny Sykes last week said that she saw a nerve one time. It was the sciatic nerve, and she said it was gigantic. She was at Stanford, and I guess there was some kind of corpse because that's the way Ginny is. She hangs out with all those people. They're looking at dead bodies, and she said that she saw the sciatic nerve, and it was shrink-shrame. It's a new term. Aquaman. Yeah, Aquaman. He's digging for fish. That guy was cool. Remember that guy? Remember that last 5 minutes ago where we saw that guy swimming around in the ice? He was cool. We might go back to that because it's very exciting. Tarzan escapes the jungle. Jack Daniels nerve. Yeah, let's see some more. You got some nerve. I got a bunch of nerves for y'all. I got nerve to talk about this stuff. I got a lot of nerve. The trochlear nerve. I'm clearly not a licensed therapist here. I'm not even going to try. These are all of them. You can guess what they do, but you can see towards the bottom, there's the vagus nerve. Hypoglossal nerve. And then up in the right-hand corner there, I put a weird-looking hummingbird there just for y'all to, you got some nerve. I had 10 nerves cauterized in my lower back. Oh, my God. Was that painful? Jay, report to us about that. Was that painful? Did that help? Wow. Yikes. Ben McKnight says, what happens in the vagus nerve stays in the vagus nerve. Yeah, that's right. I love it when Cameron calls you Marshall. I do. I like that too. Marshall, what's wrong with you? Get it together. This isn't a show. Can't even hear you. You have a lot of nerve. We all have a lot of nerve. Let's face it. We got a lot of nerve to not even know what these nerves do. And there's a freaking cool hummingbird up there. Maybe Guignel could tell us what kind of hummingbird that is. He's got a bent beak. It's a special one. So anyway, let's get on with this. This is where they attach. You can see where they attach in your brain. All those crazy, crazy nerves. And you can see where the vagus is. I've put a red arrow there so you can see the vagus. I put that there. Red arrow, vagus nerve. The lunch therapy hangover nerve. What are some hangover remedies? I can think of a good one. Don't drink a lot of booze. That's a great remedy. Guignel, is that literally a hermit hummingbird? Is it? I don't know. It was a miracle. Radio frequency ablation. Did not hurt a bit. No pain pills for over a year. Oh, that's awesome, Jay. That's good to hear. So yeah, so these nerves in your back especially can sometimes get pinched. And it will just send a signal of pain. And that's no fun. Does it have a flower? It works with the hummingbird, the hermit hummingbird. Probably does. Has a special flower that only that beak can get to. I remember seeing something about that. We'll have to look into it. I need to find my nerves. Wow. I actually think that's his tongue. It's incredible. Now it's raining. Slide makes, yeah, looks like I know what I'm talking about. Vagus nerve, ladies and gentlemen. Ibuprofen Express. Okay, moving on. The Ibuprofen Express has begun. Vagus nerve connects there. And the cool thing about it is, this is what it does. It goes through your entire body, and it regulates certain things. It's the largest nerve in the body. Largest nerve. And it regulates all of these things. Orgasms, yes. And there's a little, wait, there's sad guy. Hold on. We got to get down to that. I keep going to sad guy. No sad guy yet. Here we go. And hummingbird. I can't look at the hummingbird. Who made this? Boney? This thing sucks. Keeps going to the sad guy. Forget it. Anyway. I hate that so much. I'm stopping there. So it regulates all this stuff. Breathing, speech, swallowing, blood pressure, heartbeat, hearing, taste, bladder movement, orgasms, and fertility. It's communicating with all your organs all at once. And checking to see if they're okay, and making sure that everything's regulated. Usually outshining the president. Interesting. This is hilarious. Why so sad, Marshall? Being alive. Okay, so it's regulating all this stuff, which is super cool. And so when you jump into cold water, according to some folks and some studies that have been done, most particularly by this guy up in Berkeley, you can stimulate it through cold water, and you can stimulate it through meditation. And there's the bird, and here's sad guy. So these are the things that can happen if your vagus nerve is not doing well. All this stuff. And down below, this picture right here is of a hummingbird bee. Can we get some verification on that? The hell keeps dinging the bell? I know, I don't know what that's all about. Some weird music or something. Maybe I'll try this. It's a nice way to do it. Yeah, so these are the things. If your vagus nerve is not doing well, all of these things can happen. Depression, anxiety, obesity, heart problems, high blood pressure, diabetes, digestive disorders, chronic inflammation, kidney malfunction, and infertility. There you go. Hawk moth. See, where I'm from, and maybe where Guignel is from, we say hawk moth, but it's more like hawk moth. We don't say hawk moth at all, though. Iceman is Jason Momoa. That's right. That's who it is. That's who that guy is. Aquaman. Anyway, so this is why you might want to go free swimming in some cold water. Joel has a hawk mouth. Hawk mouth. I know, I do. I really do. Vagus nerve, what does it love? It loves breathing. So when we breathe at the top of the show, this is what happens as we stimulate our vagus nerve. Pranayama, which is another form of breathing. Very deliberate breathing through individual nostrils. Yoga, singing and chanting, splashing cold water, meditation, gargling. Who knew gargling was good for anything, except maybe a sore throat? Eating fiber. That's good for your vagus nerve? Laughing. Ha 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 ha. See, it's more evidence that comedians are necessary in this world. And snake massages? I don't know. I don't know anything about snake massages, but I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. Anybody ever had a snake massage? I think I'm asking for trouble with that one. All right, moving along. This show is moving. All right, so I seem to still be on O-Search. Just to remind you of O-Search, that's it. This is a little video that I want to show you that I think you'll enjoy. It's to remind you, it's from, I don't know, 1982. It's a Seattle power company, I think, put this out to remind you to conserve energy, and they were way ahead of their time, and they can make a mean commercial, I'll tell you, just a badass commercial. And here it is.
Who are they, Beaver?
They look like power grubbers, Olivia.
Power grubbers.
They waste electrical energy. Tommy became a power grubber when he left the TV on during dinner. And Mother left the refrigerator and oven doors open when she was deciding what to prepare. And Karina left the hot water running when she was on the phone.
We can't solve the energy problem for you, but you can. Eliminate the power grubbers with conservation of electricity around the home.
Snake massages. So yeah, those are the power grubbers. So if you forgot about saving energy, which I forgot, I got to really work on that. Those guys will help you out. So now we're finally to the polar bear situation here. Yes, thank God, polar bears. So this is my favorite place. Of course, I can't play that music because it's probably licensed or something. But anyway, this is a polar bear swimming at the Oregon Zoo. This is just to cool you off. Here he is. Polar bear Nora loves diving into her pool. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Gotta play some music with this. So there they are. Nora, the Oregon Zoo, swimming. Everybody loves polar bears, right? Lopez, come on. Come on, Lopez. Really, Lopez? Oh, Howard. All right, this is good. This is getting rowdy in the chat room now. It's getting rowdy. Well, we look at the polar bears. I love polar bears. I think that we really need this today. Polar bears are the largest carnivorous land animals. Of course, we've gone over this before. They're the largest. And the third largest are hippopotamuses. I don't know. Is it hippopotamuses? They can weigh up to 1,700 pounds. Here's one rolling around on the ice. Let's see if there's more about snake massages. Snake massages and breaststrokes. I was actually a champion breaststroker at my high school, in my district, in fact. I won the breaststroking. What is he eating? This guy? Or the last guy? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably a pumpkin. They can weigh up to 1,700 pounds. Their outer layer of fur is hollow and reflects light. Polar bears have a thick layer of fat, of course, and they have grippy feet. So, because they live on the ice. They have to live on the ice because they eat seals. Yeah, that's primarily what they eat. Sometimes they'll eat eggs and things like that, but mainly they just eat seals. And their paws are webbed so they can swim long ways. And they evolved from the brown bear. They're generally solitary. These guys look like they're having a great time. They're at the Oregon Zoo. This is more Oregon Zoo. This is more of the polar bear on the ice. If you ever want to see some great polar bear videos, I think my animal is going to be a polar bear. I was wondering, I forget they swim. In fact, the Latin word for polar bear means sea bear. So yeah. Sure, yeah, I definitely am. Yep, we all did. I enjoyed it as well. All right, moving along here. Some good stuff here. Okay, I can only show 30 seconds of this, but they told me I could show 30 seconds of it. And it is a man, Mark Duma, who has a friend who's a polar bear. Now, this is not recommended by anybody. This is a professional. He raised this from a cub. And I can only show 30 seconds, but there they are. I just want to show them in the water. There they are swimming in the water. Check that out. I got to move away from that because I promised them only 30 seconds of that. And that is the coolest thing ever. That is on the Truly channel on YouTube. I'm sure they'd love it if you'd come there and check that out. The guy is just loving on the bear. They're just having a great old time. And that is, of course, the largest carnivore on the planet. Nobody should do that kind of thing. I just want to cleanse our palate a little bit with this giraffe eating vegetables. Ben McKnight is jealous. That was so cool. Yeah, it was so cool. That guy with the bear is one of my favorite videos to watch when, when things are rotten. That's the name of a pilot that never made it back in the day. I think maybe they did a few episodes. It's called When Things Are Rotten. We're rotten. They should bring it back. It's a great show. You should start feeding polar bears under your neighbor's house. Yeah, then we can have them in our yard. It's a good idea. Okay, Jay, we'll see you later. Yes, the show's going a little long. I think maybe I'm going to have to save some of this transcendental meditation stuff, but first I am going to tell you about our experience with the David Lynch Transcendental Meditation Foundation. So Camel and I reached out to the Transcendental Meditation Center, which is named after David Lynch here in Los Angeles. David Lynch, of course, is a major film director. He directed, everything. Blue Velvet, the Dune movie, Twin Peaks, goes on and on. Mulholland Drive. Anybody else want to name some more? Yesterday we had an insane raccoon fight. Yeah, we have raccoon problems. But giraffes don't like pumpkins. I'm sure they like pumpkins. So David Lynch. So I reached out to David Lynch to see if he'd be on the show, but he's too busy, of course, because he's a major personality and he's doing a lot of, really creative work. He paints, he makes films, he does all this stuff. But they hooked me up with this woman. Her name is Lynn, and Lynn Kaplan. And so she was gracious enough to do a Zoom meeting with us about transcendental meditation. And transcendental meditation was something that I heard about from a friend of mine, Thomas Jane, who got into it, and I think he's still into it, doing transcendental meditation. And I was always like, well, what's the difference between that and regular meditation? So I read this book, or I listened to this book. I did not read it. I listened to this book, David Lynch, Catching the Big Fish, which is a great book, and it's sort of a biography of David Lynch, but he talks a lot about meditation because he's really into this transcendental meditation. So one of the things we asked Lynn about was, what is the difference between regular meditation and transcendental meditation? Because I thought meditation was you just are sitting there essentially and thoughts are going by, etc. There's a difference about $1,000. It turns out that might be true. But this is the way they explain it. They said a lot of the meditation that people do is called mindful meditation. And mindful meditation, let me go over here. Mindful meditation is where you are sitting and your thoughts are going by and you're aware of them, but you're just, observing and also being sort of, you're listening. Sometimes you have your eyes open, but according to them, that meditation is really useful because you're in the present and you're being mindful, because most of us are checked out from that. But what transcendental meditation does is it gives you a mantra, what they call a mantra, which is like some old Sanskrit word that means nothing to you. And they give you one very particular to you that is apparently good for the vibrations. And you repeat that in your mind over and over and over again for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. And what they say is it allows you to go deeper, as if you were, let's say your mind is the ocean. This is me explaining something I don't know, I have never really experienced. But they say, and I'd like to experience it, they say if your mind is an ocean, the waves and the thoughts and everything are on the top of the ocean. And as you go deeper, you get into this stillness where your mind is very still. And they chart this by putting the electrodes on your head, and they can see that your mind waves slow way down when you do transcendental meditation, and you go into this alpha state. And in this alpha state, from what they say, you can contact what they call the unified field. I don't know if I've ever experienced a unified field. Anybody else out there experienced the unified field? So what they're saying is the unified field, if you really calm your mind down, there's this whole unlimited resource of creativity, something they call unbounded consciousness. And in this unbounded consciousness, one of the things you do is you rest. They say it's 2 to 3 times deeper than sleep, the restfulness that you get from this. And whereas mindfulness, we're still, having our thoughts and being in the world, being present in the world. This is kind of a withdrawal, kind of a letting go, they call it a letting go. Pamela says she's experienced the unified field while on LSD. Was not restful. Quite the opposite. I wonder, we should ask them that. Is that the unified field? Okay. So I dug a little deeper into this. I just want to say, okay, so there's all these benefits. One of the things they say is that, your mind builds up plaque. And that's a lot of times why we have problems as we get older, because we have this plaque in the brain, just like we have it in the heart. And that can cause all kinds of, I don't know, it can cause, let's see. Matt Wright says, Advaita Vedanta. Advaita Vedanta. That must be the unified field. Non-dualism. I'd love to hear more about that. God bless you. Except that costs $1,000. Everybody's stuck on this $1,000 thing. What happens if this is always what they do with this kind of stuff? But it's like, if you could have this incredible stuff, how much would it be worth to you? And now how much would you pay? I mean, if I really was tapping into the unified field and there was some actual therapist, licensed therapist, that could show me the right sound to make to really take advantage of this, I'd do it, I mean, I think I would. Who wouldn't? But, okay, so one of the things I want to say about this David Lynch Institute is the reason they charge money, because, a lot of times people say the reason you have to charge money is because otherwise people don't value things. But there's more to it. Their mission is to spread transcendental meditation to people that can't afford to buy it. So something like 60% of what you pay to them goes to these programs that they have in schools and prisons and all over the place. What does this have to do with Steve Buscemi? It's a great question. Except that maybe he does transcendental meditation. There's a lot of people that do it, apparently. A lot of people. So there's David Lynch. Jerry Seinfeld says he's been doing it for 41 years or something. Hugh Jackman, Russell Brand, Ellen DeGeneres, Sheryl Crow. I've got a whole list. It even says that Clint Eastwood has done some transcendental meditation, and Tom Hanks, and of course the Beatles. So the Beatles, what's Ben's question? Oh, about the Steve Buscemi? Oh, is it covered by insurance? Oh my God, that's a great question. I'm going to find that out because, I've got some insurance. Removing barriers for people that can't pay is a good sign. Yeah, so whenever I hear something like this, it's kind of good to be true, too good to be true, I start to look for the cult. And maybe I'm a skeptic. I'm not really a skeptic. Many of you who know me know that I'm not a skeptic, but I am wary. I'm a little wary. And that's something that we're going to have to talk about at another show. And it's not necessarily a cult, but the origins of transcendental meditation, because I started to look into it, and it was brought here by this guy, the Maharishi, which many of you know. Let's see, is this guy. He's passed away. He passed away at about 90 years old. He was the guy that was like the guru for the Beatles. That's kind of the way I know him. Nothing is wrong with cults, Marshall. Right. Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, cult of the hummingbird is a good thing, of course. You are not the skeptic tank shark. So yeah, so this guy seems really cool. Of course, there's all kinds of controversy and all kinds of anti-cult people around this guy. But sometimes I feel like maybe that's because he had something really cool and people were really interested in it. He was around. He was the person that the Beatles visited. And, it was one of the things that had them realize that they didn't need the LSD and they didn't need the drugs to reach higher states of consciousness. So they hung out with this guy in India. Is that Nora Jones' dad? I think that's Ravi Shankar. Am I wrong? I don't know. You would make people smile and then buy a Rolls Royce. Yes, there are always Rolls Royces involved in these stories. We'll have to get into this story a little later because I do want to mention that he has, and this is the thing that really interests me about this, is that he has the Maharishi University of Management, which is in Iowa. It's in the middle of Iowa. And so he made this university where people could study transcendental meditation, but also study in that, in an environment that supported that, but also studied other things there. And he made this university, and that's a huge dome. That's like one of the biggest meditation domes in the country. And what happens is 450 people every day, twice a day, meditate in that dome. And the people that graduated from this university, they started a community where they all live there and they follow certain rules of the community that involve farming and building houses, and it's pretty interesting. We're gonna have to talk about this later on because it seems like a kind of a utopia. Let's see what Matt said. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that again. Yes, I am. Advaita Vedanta is a branch of Hindu spiritual practice that points to the non-dual nature of reality, aka the unified field. Interesting. Yeah, so this is a cult that we might want to join. Thanks, Matt, for that. Is it worth it to you to feel good just to give me your ATM? Is it better to give than receive? We need a hummingbird Rolls Royce, right? Meditation Dome. Yeah, I love the Meditation Dome. It's really beautiful too. I say just go on your phone and meditate that way somehow. Commune. So this is like a commune, and we'll talk about this in the future, but essentially they build all the houses in a very particular way. In fact, they all have to be sustainable. In fact, one of the guys shows his house in this video, and the house is totally lit by natural light. They do have lights in case it's too cloudy, and it has solar panels on the roof and generates 5 times more energy than it needs. And then it starts to get a little weird. All the homes face east. Apparently, if your home faces east, it's much better. In fact, they say there's less theft, it's just apparently very good to have a home that faces east. So all of their homes face east, which they say is kind of weird because you will be facing your neighbor's backyard essentially, and all the homes are that way. And there's other kind of rules about where you should wash the dishes and where you should cook the food, and so it gets a little bit elaborate. One of the things this Maharishi guy says is that the Transcendental Meditation predates, or it's one of the things that they said in this seminar, is that Transcendental Meditation predates isms, predates religions, and it's such an ancient Indian tradition that it doesn't have any dogma. Some of this facing east stuff sounds a little bit like dogma, I guess. But yeah, this is a very good model. It's $1,000 a day. Oh yeah, I mean, the university costs money for sure. And it's not cheap. I will definitely replay this show. Great insight on inner physical Vegas peace. Polar bears and camel is wonderful humor. Best show ever. I love it. You know, because it's the mellow show. We think, you know, we're just existing on this episode. I think maybe we should make that a thing for sure. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. It's great to see everybody. Thanks for being involved in this conversation. I love the conversational aspect of this show. We're going to just get into the whales here. I have a great dance break for y'all. this guy, his name is Reinhardt Buhr. I found him. He's a looper. He's a looper. Loopers, well, you'll see what he does, but he has multiple instruments that he loops with, and he's out on the street doing this. And I emailed him asking if I could play this on the show because I think it's just an inspiring thing that somebody does on their own, like our friend Kyle Helf does. Check this guy out, Reinhardt Buhr. Let's dance him if you got him. Here he is. Oh, there's a lot of comments. I love it. Guy Murray, yeah, the funny guy. George Harrison's smiling. That's right. All right, let's enjoy Reinhardt Buhr. Yeah, dance break. Good to see you, Todd. This is Reinhardt Buhr. Check out his YouTube channel. I'm gonna let this roll a little bit because I should shut up. I should turn off my mic again. Donate in the chat if you like the show. There's like a weird sticker thing. I don't know how it works. This is my favorite YouTube artist, Todd. Of course. That is a compliment. Yeah, look at all the people. I know. He's got another instrument. Tambourine. If only he had a slow banjo, I'd really be in for it. Yes, I got a $3 super sticker. Thank you very much, Camel Lopez. Pair character stretching his arm forward, raising his thumb up. I guess it describes it on here. That's really neat. Thanks, Camel Lopez. Camino de Santiago. Is that like a race or something? What is that? Here we go. Anyway, you should check out the rest of the song on Reinhardt Buhr's channel. This guy's, yeah, he is fantastic. He hasn't even really gotten started. Just kidding. Yeah, maybe I can. Bring it. I like the way he's got a GoPro on. thank you so much for all being here. I feel good. I feel better. Hope you all do too. See you on Friday.